it's Nutzi. I'm super excited to be bringing you the gut smash to stimulate the vagus nerve. The only thing that you'll need is some comfy clothes, one where you're not wearing a belt, and then you'll need a small ball. This is a child's ball that I got at Walmart. And you don't want it too big and really hard. It needs to be squishy, and you don't want it too small and too hard. So a medium-sized ball that has some give to it, because we're gonna roll around on our gut. We're gonna smash our gut with this ball. So I wanna set a baseline. What is a gut smash? Why would I wanna do it? And what in the world is the vagus nerve? So have you ever said, I am so nervous, or that is nerve-wracking, or that's getting on my nerves, they're getting on my nerves? That is a mode of being that is coming out of the sympathetic nervous system, which has nothing to do with sympathy. It is the fight, flight, or freeze mechanism that is such a gift if we're running away from a predator. And it is absolutely horrible if we live under that fight, flight, or freeze, or the sympathetic nervous system for extended periods of time. So that is one component that makes up the autonomic nervous system. And the second component of the autonomic nervous system is the parasympathetic nervous system. And that is when you're chillaxed, you can rest and digest, you can feed, you can breathe, you want to make social connections. And I don't know if you've ever heard of when an athlete is in flow or in a flow state. That is because they've learned how to tap into their parasympathetic nervous system and function at a high level athletically by maintaining a rest and digest or ease state while they're competing. So the autonomic nervous system has these two components, but what its job is mainly, it regulates and it moderates and it sends communication to the brain on what is going on with the visceral or the vital organs, which are things like the heart and the lungs and the kidneys and the liver and the colon and the gallbladder and the sexual organs. And so it's listening in, it's looking in, it's saying, hey, brain, we've got something going on. We need to be in fight, flight, or freeze. Or it's like, hey, we can chillax, we can rest, we can digest, we can make connections. So that's what the autonomic nervous system is doing. And any malfunction with one of our vital organs comes out of a dysfunction in the autonomic nervous system. So what's so great about the gut smash is you can go from fight, flight, or freeze and mechanically force the body into rest and digest, or the parasympathetic nervous system, by doing this rolling around on the gut on one of these soft little balls. But there are other ways, and I want to talk a little bit about what those are, and then I'm going to link them below in case you want to check out the other ways. But one of them is the Wim Hof Method of breathing in the cold shower. That also helps stimulate the vagus nerve and get you in parasympathetic mode. Also chanting or singing along with a song, because the vagus nerve, which we're going to go in detail about that, but it runs past the eyes and through the throat and then down into the gut. So by singing and activating the throat, that will also help give you vagal tone. And then also breathing with a smile on your face and a soft gaze will also help. But for today, we're going to do the gut smash. And when you have good vagal tone, it's like children. This is one of the only times somebody's going to say, when you act like a child. You know how kids, they could be crying crocodile tears. It's the worst thing in the world. And then the next minute they're giggling, with animal crackers in their hand. And so that is because they have good vagal tone and they can move in and out of states very easily. And have you ever seen, like the shows on the nature channels where, a deer will be getting chased by a predator and it's fleeing and it's stressed out, and then 2 or 3 minutes later it's grazing in the field? Well, we're really meant to be like that, but because of our overthinking and things that cause us to go into the sympathetic nervous system are things like toxic emotion, prolonged stress that doesn't get resolved, a bad diet, not sleeping correctly, not getting enough water. Those things can really cause you to function at a high level of stress, in which eventually are going to lead to some kind of degenerative disease in the visceral organs. So the gut smash is really, really powerful to help us with vagus tone. And if you have, or vagal nerve tone, or vagus nerve tone, and if you have that, what happens then is you're not going to have poor digestion, you're going to rest better, you're going to have less chance for cardiovascular disease. It's going to help lower your blood pressure just by doing this simple little gut smash. So we're going to get down on the ground. You're going to need a soft ball and some clothes where you don't have a belt on, because we're going to roll around on our belly on this ball. So let's get right to it. So the gut smash is exactly what it sounds like. We're going to smash our gut by laying on this little ball. And remember, the vagus nerve is from the core of the brain all the way down deep into the gut. And so it is the crowning jewel of the parasympathetic nervous system. So by rolling around on this ball, we're going to stimulate the vagus nerve. We're also going to bring good blood flow and energy, which in turn will give good oxygen to the visceral or the vital organs. So we're going to start with it, placing it on the diaphragm. And that's why you don't want it to be too hard, too small, or too big. You want it to be squishy and about medium size. So place it on the diaphragm, and you're going to lay down on it. And that would just be on your elbows to start out with if you've never done it. Eventually you can come all the way down. But what we're looking for is we're looking for areas where it's a little ouchy, or we feel tension, or we feel pressure. So just roll it around up there by your diaphragm and see if you can find a spot, and then you're just going to hold it right there. You're going to take a big breath, and you're going to exhale, and this time we're going to inhale, and we're going to contract really hard and hold it for 5 seconds. So inhale and contract and exhale. All right, move it down just a little bit. Try to find a tenderoni spot. Okay, when you find it, just hold the ball right there. Inhale, out of the nose, exhale, out of the nose. Now inhale and then contract and hold it for 5 seconds. And exhale. Move it down, or if it's really kind of tender, you can do it again right in that area. So I'm right by my belly button. That's always where my spot is. So find that spot. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and contract. Contract the abdomen, hold it for 5. And exhale out the nose. All right, bring it down just a little bit more. Try to find a good spot. All right, hold it right there. And exhale. Now inhale and contract. Good, and exhale. All right, move it down towards right above the pubic bone. Find a spot, roll it around. This is so good. It's really breaking up the fascia and getting it to be able to slide more easily. Here we go. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and hold it. Contract. Good. Roll it around. All right, now we're going to go in a U shape. So it doesn't matter what side you start on, but you're going to go kind of beside the hip, like to one side of the pubic bone, and then we're going to bring it up towards the diaphragm and then back down. So start with it low. Okay, find a spot on your elbows. All right. Now, whatever side you're on, take that arm and kind of cross it over the body. And let's take a big breath. Inhale and exhale. By crossing it over, you can find spots a little bit easier. Inhale And really contract. All right, move it up. Roll it around till you find a pretty good spot. And bring that arm across. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale and contract. And exhale. All right, go up beside the diaphragm. Roll it around till you find the best spot. Cross that arm over. Let's inhale and exhale out of the nose. And inhale and contract. Good, exhale. All right, move it. Other side of the diaphragm, try to find a spot. Good. All right, now we're gonna cross the other arm over. Inhale and exhale. Now inhale and contract. Really contract, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and exhale. All right, move it down just a little bit. Find your spot. Cross it over. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and contract. And exhale. All right, move it down a little farther. Going to be above the pubic bone to one side. Roll it around till you find just the perfect spot. Crossing that arm over. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and contract. And exhale. Excellent. So if you're noticing that there are some areas that are really tender, you might want to go back in and pay some attention to those and just roll it around. And remember, you're concentrating and bringing the blood flow, bringing energy, bringing oxygen, and then of course bringing nutrients and breaking up that congestion. So this is really good to do, like just takes a few minutes right before you go to bed, or in the morning if you want to have a nice bowel movement, if you want your digestion stimulated. It's really great to roll around on this. This will help you. It doesn't take very long, but it really is so helpful and can be done every day. So if you have another way that you do the gut smash, I would love to hear about that. Please comment below, or if you start doing it and you notice results, I would be so happy if you would comment. I'm also going to list some other people who have gut smash technique, and then also how you can in addition to this, stimulate the vagus nerve. So I'm so appreciative of you joining me. I would love it if you would like and subscribe. And I just thank you from the bottom of my heart, from my heart to yours. Until next time, be blessed.